Stories from our Hanford history are produced by Northwest Public Television, a member of the Hanford History Partnership. Financial support from Ben Franklin Transit's Van Pool, serving the Hanford area and other major Tri-City employers for over 30 years. Van Pool gets people to work, conserves resources, and reduces traffic congestion. Ben Franklin Transit's Van Pool program, supporting the Hanford area and the community. In early 1943, the Army Corps of Engineers informed the residents of the towns of Hanford and White Bluffs, Washington, that they would need to move off their land for a project for America's war effort. Residents were given anywhere from a few weeks to a few months to leave their homes and farms that they had developed for years, sometimes decades.
And it was crisis time because I'm guessing to a certain extent, but I won't be far off, that they were notified by telephone first and with a letter following. And they had something like 15 to 30 days, very short, in which that they had to get out. And this was the late winter of 1942 or the early part of 1943. Yeah, well, getting out is one thing, but where are you going to go? And so all heck broke loose as to, we've got to get out. Where are we going to go? And so the search was undertaken of where, because Grandpa was a rancher. He had all these cattle, horses, and so they eventually found a place near Selah, a ranch near Selah, which they bought. And they moved some of the livestock, which they did take with them, and he started anew in Selah and ran a dairy for probably about 7 or 8 years until after the war, when at that point when they had to move out. But they didn't have to accept the amount of money that the government gave them. And this was an important point. Some did, but those that didn't still had to move out. But after the war, they could take the government to court and prove that they did not get fair value for their land. And my grandparents did that. Of course, they had their own house attorney, my father, and they got, probably in 1946 or 1947, fair value for the acreage that the government had taken. And with that, they then sold the ranch in Selah and bought a huge ranch up by Cleellum in the Teanaway. And moved there and lived. Grandpa lived a short but happy life in that area.